Good morning, everybody. John Grimsmo here, bringing you quarantine vlog number 2. Just finished up our Business of Machining podcast with John Saunders, episode 164. I was totally going to film during the podcast, but I forgot until afterwards. So I was even going to get John to say hi, but I forgot. Anyway, hi, John. Great podcast. Talked about some 5-axis stuff at the end. So today, goal is make it apart on the Swiss that we were setting up yesterday. So, yeah, I just gotta get some food in me and then go do that. Okay, this JOBY GorillaPod, I think, has broken. This is way too easy. This one is harder. This one is easy, and I see a little crack right there. Man, might have to super glue this thing. Problemo solvdo. Just lock that one joint, let the other ones do the work. Why not? Good for now. Interesting. I didn't think that it would still pivot on the screw. I just didn't think that far ahead. I'll see how annoying that is. We'll see. That might be annoying. Might just need another screw. Okay. Yesterday, all the tools set up on the Swiss. Today, I got to change all the collets, the guide bushing, the main collet, adjust everything, bar feeder, collet, put some brass in, test it out. So that's what I'm doing right now. I just went to the grinder and I chamfered the other end of this because I always want to make sure I put my material back ready to go the next time. On a Swiss lathe, both ends have to be chamfered, has to be, so I try to not keep any material in the rack that's not ready to go. Sweet. Got a piece of 3/8 brass, chamfered on both ends. Not super duper long, so I should be able to get quite a few pieces out of it, so I can test it out. Going for the quarantine beard. I don't like it. My wife doesn't like it either. But meh. So right now I'm adjusting the guide bushing. Swiss lathe works kind of interesting because there's a main collet that grips the material, and then the guide bushing that just holds the material. And the material slips in and out of the guide bushing freely, and the tightness there will affect your tolerances, will affect your part run out, your lots of stuff. So it's got to be adjusted well. Since this is brass test piece, I'm going to make it loose. I don't really care. I just need to make sure it works well. And then when I go to stainless, I got to make sure to tighten it properly for the stainless. A lot of guys will even measure every bar in your stack and match them. I've been doing that kind of on and off. I should be doing it more. So that the guide bushing tolerance matches the bars you're putting into it. Makes a lot of sense. So I'm just tightening it ever so more. I'm grabbing the bar with my fingertips, sliding it back and forth. Sometimes I'll go to the other end and I'll push on it, which I'll do right now. I'm pretty happy with that. So now I can lock it down. Here we go. Locked. Pull those two out. Clean them off a little bit. Put them back. There's a sweet little cubby hole down here, hiding the guide bushing adjustment tools, the collet wrenches, and the ER collet wrenches. Very handy. Okay, so I think that's done. Over here, this is the bar feeder. Bars line up on these screws. Bar, 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 bar. And then there's a collet that goes right here. This is my 1/4 inch or 6.35 millimeter. This will stick on the end of a bar and push it forward and follow. I've put in the 3/8 one, which has gripped the brass rod. So that side's done. I tweaked a couple little settings on the screen here. Part setup, tweaked my bar diameter and my part length. It's really all I have to do. Escape. Okay, I've installed this 3/8 collet, but I haven't adjusted it yet. I want to adjust it so that, oh, that's way too loose. Because it's like an over center cam. You'll feel it getting tighter right about here, and then you pop it past. But right now it's too loose. I bet you this is supposed to be tight. Yeah, I can move it forward and back, so that's not good. So all I have to do is loosen these two little guys, tighten that a little bit, get the feel for it, and it's all a feel thing. So I want to go to about here and then have to push like really hard and then feel it go pop. So I got to do that still. Guide bushing is adjusted. So you can see the bars coming out there of the guide bushing. And then I need a sub-spindle collet. Now, I was looking for a sub-spindle collet, but I don't know if I have the right one. All these collets here, I don't think I have the right size that I need. I need like an 8 millimeter or a 305 inch. So I don't know, I'm gonna look, I'm gonna play around. Worst case scenario, I have to take one of these emergency collets and I have to drill and bore out the inside to be the diameter that I want. Not ideal, but if I gotta do it, I gotta do it. Okay, in looking for that extra collet, I couldn't find it anywhere. I checked my email, every hard-hinge order that I've made. I never ordered it, but I did find a draft email from 2 weeks ago to hard-hinge being like, hey, can I order these parts? Never finished the email, never sent the email. Had I ordered it 2 weeks ago, it would have been here by now, even with everything that's going on. Idiot, I just forgot. Okay, so I guess I'm making an emergency collar right now. Fun! That's how I wanted to spend my day. That's what happens. So, to make this guy work, see how there's 3 lobes around the outside? I have to put a 1/8 inch dowel pin in each spot to be able to clamp down and be good. I can't find the ones that it came with, so I'm digging through my scrap bin of bad lathe parts that we've been collecting for a very long time, because we actually make these pins. There's one. That one's too big. But yeah, there's one right there. Why won't you focus? Where'd you go? Got one. So I just need 3 of those. Oh, there's another one. There's one inside this pivot. Oh, I lost it. There's one too. All right, I'm good. Just occurred to me that maybe the pins are gonna get hit when I turn that. I don't know, it'll be kind of close. If they do, no big deal, but I gotta be aware of that. I just did a little happy dance. So in the machine already, I have a 1/4-inch drill bit set up on a static tool, and then I just installed my Kyocera ID boring bar that I'm gonna need for this part. Right there. So this should actually be pretty easy. I'll just drill it, turn it on the inside, and then done. I'll show you guys the collet adjustment, like I was saying. If I push it just a little bit, there we go. So it's got free movement till about there. And I give it some good effort. Good. I like that. So today is actually April Fool's Day. I don't have anything for you guys. I'm usually not that into that. Although last year, in commemoration, we did kind of rebrand ourselves for a day to Grimsbro Knives. So I figured I'd wear the Grimsbro shirt as a commemoration. But my kids got me this morning. Go to the kitchen to get a drink of water, turn on the tap, and the little hand sprayer that I never use was rubber banded shut. So I turn on the tap, got water all over me. Kids. It was funny. Apparently they have other tricks in mind. So, I got some Fusion programming to do, cue the time lapse, and should be simple. Alright, according to the last time-lapse clip, that took 19 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm not the fastest programmer, but I get it done. Nothing ever goes right. Let me show you why this isn't working. So that drill bit has to go in here about that far, and that's close. This is going to crash. So I think I got to remove this entire object. This is a parts chute. I think it's easy just with these little toggles. And I always got to be careful on this machine. Everything's so tight. So I'm going to 0.305. I paused it right now at a pass that did 297. I'm gonna go get a gauge pin. I'm gonna test fit because I just set up that tool. I don't know how close it is. I don't want to shoot for 305 and end up with like 315. That would be bad. So while it's still undersized, I'm gonna test fit. Super duper close. 297 was too tight, but I bet you a 296 will fit. Yeah. So yeah. So a 296 fits easily, and a 297 didn't fit. So I'm like a few tenths under, which is fine. Totally great. But just for fun, go to the offset screen and I will, what tool have we got here? 530. I'm going to add just a little bit of wear on it. Should be fine. 305 pin. Ooh, like a glove. Good. Good, good, good. Good, 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 good. So hopefully, if I did this right, the collet is now clamped on those pins. Once I unclamp it, pull out the pins, then it'll have more clamping range, so should be good. So right about now, I'm at that point in the project where I think I'm ready to go. I should probably, turn the camera off and focus and make sure, just look at everything, make sure I've done everything I need to do, all the collets, all the adjustments, all the everything, all the tools are in, the brass is in. I don't know, I gotta think about this. And then I'm gonna transfer the code over. There's probably gonna be some little weird things in the code that I gotta tweak over time, but I think I'm like this close to making a part. And then brass will be good so I can see what's going on. And then hopefully I can get the camera, nice little camera angle. So, exciting times. All right, Fraser, I'm gonna try a scene for you. Rolly cart, I'm gonna push it and then run over there. And maybe you'll get a good shot out of it. I don't know. I don't think so. Time lapse. Okay. So the first part that I made fell off. I watched it. Half of it fell off, half of it stayed right there. And it turns out that my drilled hole is too big. So maybe it's because I drilled it twice. Maybe it's because the drill holder is crooked or something. So I'm just going to cut that one off, make a new one, start over. So as the drill is entering the hole, I can hear it make noise. I can hear it move off to the center. And I worked really hard to get that drill on center before, so I'm not sure what's wrong, but something's wrong. it just broke right off. Okay. Alright, so a 254 pin barely fits in there. That means we're 4th thou oversized in the back of the hole. In the front of the hole, 254 fits in easily. So the hole is tapering and still huge. What the heck? I don't think this would be as big of a problem in stainless. But, I don't know. Well, turns out that my turned diameter is like 20 thou too small. So my turning tool offset is wrong, which means if I don't trust that one, I don't trust any of them right now. So I got to go through every tool, triple check, make sure that they're all where they're supposed to be. So that's what I'm going to be doing for a little bit. Alrighty, I just spent the past very long time retouching off every single tool, making sure they're all perfect, just in X. Luckily, I had to tweak a bunch of them. Right now I'm doing the spot drill and the drill, and check out this little method I came up with to dial these guys in. So I had to go back to a 1/4 inch bar, I took out the brass, I put in 1/4 inch titanium, I put an end mill upside down in this guy, and I've got this drill bushing right here. So you see the gap right there? That little space right there. Here, let me move the Z out. So notice how the bar is getting right up close to the material, to the tool. My drill bushing now goes perfectly, slides between the two, which means they are exactly lined up. And I'm able to feel this within tenths. I can feel in X and in Y if that feels good or not. And it works good. Works really good. So I'm just, you know, I'm jogging over just ever so slightly in X, ever so slightly in Y, until I'm perfect. And this one's actually almost bang on. 2/10 and 1 thou in Y. It's offness. So that works quite well. Alright. Still rocking. Made some good progress, except I had a first. So the part wiggles now. What I did is it actually fell out the back of the guide bushing. The guide bushing can only support it for, you know, this long, and the part is this long. So let's see if I can bring it forward. Careful, careful. There we go. So I turned the whole diameter, except when it came back to do the threading and the whole part is shoved inside, it's not being supported by the diameter anymore. So what you got to do is you got to chunk it. So I got to go back and I got to turn just the threads and then thread it and then do the Higby and make the threads perfect, and then that side is done. And then I can bring it forward and work on the back half of the part. So for a, you know, it's not a long part, it's like less than 1 inch long, but for a somewhat long part, you got to go front section, finish it, and then middle, and then back. Or right now I'm just going to go front and then back. So I got to reprogram. Alright guys, I'm going to cut it there for this video. That was a long one. I've been here for 10.5 hours already. And I've made 2 bad parts. Although I think once I reprogram that, it should work. I should be ready to rock. So I might play with that for a little bit more, but I'm going to cut the video. Thanks for watching, and this is just, it is what it is. It's a simple, follow me along on my day, my challenges. Maybe it's kind of interesting. If you did find value or just enjoyment out of it, drop a little comment down there. And we got a couple more. What am I trying to say? It's late. More videos coming, I guess. More quarantine solo John adventures. Goodbye. Good night. It's dark outside.